This is the story of Aladdin and the lamp. Once upon a time, there was a tailor named Mustafa. He and his wife lived happily together in the city of Baghdad. Mustafa worked all day, sewing clothes for rich people, and eventually made enough money for his wife to keep the house clean and tidy, and to put good food on the table at every meal.
The couple had a son who they called Aladdin. He was a very lazy boy and preferred to play in the streets with his friends rather than help his father or mother. One day, Mustafa suddenly became very ill and died before anyone could help him, leaving Aladdin and his mother to fend for themselves.
His mother tried to earn some money by spinning wool, but she only ever received pennies for her work. They lived very poorly and could not always afford food to eat, so they were often hungry.
Aladdin sometimes tries to help his mother, but he still likes playing in the streets with his friends, which meant that his mother often had to come and find him when she wanted something.
Fruit for sale, fresh figs, ripe plums, get free here.
Lovely fresh breads and pastries, fresh this morning, flatbread, sweet pastries, get them all here.
You smell the fresh bread. It smells so good. I wonder if Mother has brought some for dinner.
Aladdin, Aladdin, oh, there you are.
Hello, Mother.
Where have you been?
I was playing football with Mohammed and Binal.
You're always wasting time. Now go to Mr. Ali's store and ask him for a basket of figs.
Why can't you go?
Aladdin, I told you to go. Stop whining.
But Mother, I have no money.
Tough. Tell Mr. Ali that we'll pay him next week.
But that's what we told him last week.
Just ask him nicely. We'll have no supper if you don't. Go on.
No supper tonight. All I had for lunch was 2 beans and a potato skin. Poor Mother works all day long, but we never have any money to spend. Mr. Ali, please may I have some figs from my mother?
If you've got some money this week, of course you may. You still owe me for those apricots last week, though. You know that.
You still owe me for the bread you took 2 days ago.
I'm sorry, Miss Ali. Sorry, Mr. Hen. I'll bring some money with me next time. I promise.
We've got business to run here, kid. I can't go giving away free stuff just because you forgot your money again.
Please, Mr. Ali, my mother asked specially.
I'm sorry, Aladdin. I can't give you any more.
We don't want much.
We don't make much.
Please.
No, Aladdin. Not until you can pay me.
Now, what's all this?
Good evening, sir. Would you like some fresh bread?
Wonderful fruits for sale here.
You, boy.
Do you mean me, sir?
Come over here, my boy. You look familiar.
I don't think I know you, sir.
Don't tell me your name. Let me guess. Majid? Tariq? Rahim?
Aladdin, sir.
That's it, Aladdin. And your father's name?
Mustafa, sir. But
Did you know I'm a very good friend of your father's?
my father's dead, sir.
Didn't you know that?
Mustafa dead? I don't believe it.
He died years ago. Everyone knows that.
Did you know him well?
Know him well. I was his brother.
What?
Mustafa didn't have a brother.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I was Mustafa's brother, and do you know what that makes me?
Then you'll be my uncle, sir?
Clever boy, I'm your uncle.
Well, I never.
And this is Akil, my son.
But if you're Mustafa's brother, how come we've never seen you before?
Because I've been away. Yes, I've been away for 40 years. I've been in Africa. Have you heard of Africa?
Yes, we've heard of Africa.
How stupid does he think we are?
Well, there are rhinoceros there that can stick their horns in you.
And hippos that
And
can sit on your
snakes big
head.
enough to swallow you up.
That sounds scary.
It is. It's so scary there that I decided to come home to Baghdad and see my brother Mursalfa.
His name was Mustafa.
That's what I said. But alas, now I return too late. Moustache is dead.
His name is Mustafa.
Oh, how sad it is after all these years to find my dear Miss Tofu has passed away.
Mustafa!
Yes, you must take me to your poor mother, my boy. Yes, I must see the dear woman and console her in her misery and loss. Oh, how I long to sit with her and reminisce about my departed brother.
Well, all right, I'll take you, sir. But first, I must get some figs from Mr. Ali here, but I don't have...
Figs! What a marvelous idea.
I like figs.
Poor mushroom did always love figs.
Mustafa!
Yes. Now, my good man, kindly weigh out a pound of figs for this young man's poor mother.
Right away, sir. I'm sure someone as discerning as yourself would like the very best Carrot figs we have here.
Just get on with it.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Here you go. That'll be 1 silver piece.
Take this gold ring instead. It's worth far more.
What?
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Now, just show your poor old uncle the way. That's a good boy. Don't step on my cloak. To think, poor Miss Toothla no longer among the living.
A gold ring? He gave you a gold ring just for those figs?
Yeah, he did. I don't trust him though.
It's probably a fake.
Mustafa definitely never had a brother, no matter what he says.
You couldn't even remember his name.
He's probably just trying to get something.
But what? It's not like Aladdin and his mother have any money.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Meanwhile, Aladdin was leading his new uncle and cousin through the back streets towards the little house he shared with his mother. He carried the delicious figs very carefully.
Even though Mr. Ali and Miss Chohan were suspicious, Aladdin was delighted that his uncle had reappeared after so many years. He was so excited to tell his mother that he jumped and skipped on every step. Finally, they reached the house.
Mother, my uncle's here. He's from Africa and he's been there for 40 years. He's seen lions and giant snakes, and now he wants to see you. And he's put my cousin.
My goodness, that's interesting, but I don't understand it.
It's my uncle, father's brother. He's come back to Baghdad after 40 years.
Mustafa never had a brother.
Yes, you mean he never mentioned me? I suppose the memories must have been painful to him. But here I am, home again. And you must be the widow of my poor brother Mustasha.
Mustafa.
That's what I said. And this stool, this was his chair. The very chair he sat in. Oh, how it reminds me of him. And look, Mustafa's rug with his muddy footprint still on it.
Mustafa. Mustafa. What? His name was Mustafa. His name was Mustafa. You've got to get it right.
I said Mustafa.
No, you didn't.
Yes, well, enough of that. We must have a feast to celebrate our being united at last. A feast in our family's honor.
Mother, a feast! Just think!
Aladdin, you know better than that. I'm terribly sorry, but we have no food except for some lemon rice and a stick of dried up cheese.
Not to worry, my dear woman. Allow me.
Look, a Happy Meal, onion rings, and pizza.
It's all for you and your mother, dear boy.
Mister, I don't even know your name, sir, and thank you very much, but family or not, we don't need the food. We've never even met before today. Don't get me wrong, I don't make much money selling rugs, but
My lovely lady, allow me to present you with this bracelet. Akil, show her.
it's very nice, but
Real gold, madam.
Just a token I picked up in Egypt.
thank you, but
And now we must refresh ourselves. Forget your troubles. Eat, drink. Come now, you look famished.
And so Aladdin and his mother ate and drank their fill. They were very happy because they had not had a proper meal for days. Then they all lay down to sleep in front of the fire.
The next morning, Aladdin's uncle said that he had to go on an important journey and asked Aladdin if he would like to go too. He even offered Aladdin some money if Aladdin would help carry his bags. Aladdin was very keen to travel and to earn some more money to buy delicious food, so he agreed and set off with his uncle and cousin as soon as the sun had risen.
They walked all day and well into the evening without even stopping for lunch or dinner. By nightfall, they were reaching the mountains, and Aladdin was very tired from walking and carrying his uncle's bags.
Are we almost there, Uncle? We've been walking for hours. It's not much further, is it?
Quiet, we are almost there.
My feet are so tired.
Stop whining. This is nothing. In Africa, we walk miles every day.
Yes, yes, dear boy, we mustn't be impatient. Here we are. Yes, yes, here we are.
What are you doing, Uncle?
Can't you see?
I'm making a fire.
Duh.
Now stop asking questions.
Are you making fire to cook dinner on?
A fire to cook dinner on.
Yes, that's it. A fire to cook dinner on. Now, hog wallow, fuddle duddle, kalamazoo.
Where did that come from?
Where did that come from?
Implementation, progressivity, economic recovery, quantum mechanics, existential dilemma, corporate takeover.
Ah!
Gotcha.
Stay here. Please don't go just yet. It's perfectly safe here. Now, do you see that doorway?
That one?
Amazing. He can see what's right in front of him. Genius.
Okay, well, that's enough.
Fine.
Now, Aladdin, dear boy, through that doorway is a secret cave. I want you to go down into that secret cave.
All by myself?
Just listen to me. Inside the secret cave, there are many rooms filled with treasure.
Treasure? Oh, wow!
You must not take any of the treasure, though, or you will die instantly.
Well, what should I do then, Uncle?
In the farthest corner of the farthest room, there is a lamp. It is old and worthless, but I want it anyway. Find it and bring it to me.
Why, Uncle?
Never mind. Just find that lamp and bring it back to me.
Okay, but Uncle, I'm afraid to go in there alone. Can't you come with me, or could a kill come with me?
Well, I would go with you, but I have a bad back. Yes, I have a bad back. Ow, ow, it's so painful. You wouldn't want your old uncle to hurt his back, would you?
And I'm allergic to caves.
That's the first time you said anything about your back, though, and you can't be allergic to caves.
No, I am. Really. Look.
I was being brave about my back, but now it hurts too much. Ow, ow, I just can't go in there. It will hurt even more. Now then, off you go. Go on. Achoo!
Do I have to?
Yes, and hurry up. The door won't stay open forever, you know.
Achoo.
I don't believe you have a bad back on allergy, but fine, I'll go.
Go on.
See you later.
And so Aladdin climbed over the rocks and into the entrance to the cave. It was very dark in there, but eventually his eyes got used to it, and he found the top of a ladder leading further down into the cave.
He began to climb down it. Down and down he went. The ladder was so long he thought he would never reach the bottom, but eventually the ladder ended and he found himself in another cave.
It's so dark down here. I hope there aren't any spiders. Wow, look at all the treasure. Gold, silver, rubies, diamonds everywhere. So many of them. They're so beautiful. I can almost hear it calling out to me. Maybe I could just take a bit, but Uncle said I'd die if I did, and I'm sure he was right. It's been so funny finding him all of a sudden. We never even heard of my father's brother before. He just appeared out of nowhere. But I'm sure he is who he says he is. And I'm sure that he's telling the truth about the treasure. It's a shame though. It would help my poor mother who works so hard and earns so little. What should I take her? Maybe this diamond? Or these gold coins? I can't take everything away with me. I could never carry it all. Aha! There's the lamp I'm supposed to fetch for Uncle. I'll take it and leave before I'm tempted to pick up any of this treasure.
Aladdin, do you have the lamp?
I have it, Uncle. I'm coming.
Give me the lamp. I want it immediately.
But, Uncle, I can't reach. It's such a long way up the ladder.
Throw it up to me. I must have it now.
It's too far to throw it. I'll give it to you when I get out. I'm coming up now.
Give it to me, or you'll never get out.
Uncle, the door is closing. Hey! Uncle, don't close the door. Don't leave me here. I'll die. Let me out. Let me out. You're not my uncle. You're just an evil magician. Nothing but a fraud. You never even knew my father. Can you hear me? You've gone rotten. Your house smells like compost. Oh, what will I do? I'm locked in. I'm all alone. It's cold in here. There's nothing to eat except golden rubies. Maybe if I scream, somebody would hear me. Help! Help! Hello? Can anybody hear me? It's no use. There's nothing I can do except pray. Dear God, I know I haven't always been good, and I only remember to pray when I'm in trouble. But this time, I really mean it.
Hello, Aladdin.
Oh, you don't look like God.
That's because I'm not God. I'm the genie of the lamp. Gold shines but the hand rust, streams flow until they freeze, and all green things wither. Tell me what your heart desires, and it shall come to pass.
The genie of the lamp that the magician asked me to fetch. I'd forgotten I was still holding it.
Yes, the genie of the lamp. Just rub the lamp and I appear.
Just rub the lamp. Wow, I must have rubbed it while I was praying.
Yes, that always makes me appear. Just rub the lamp and I'm there. Now what can I do for you?
I'm locked in here. Can you open the door?
That's going to be tricky. It looks like a type A456 magic door and they're notoriously difficult to open for very long. I can open it for a split second, but it might slam shut while you are running through and squash you like an insect.
And I can't run very fast either. Oh, how will I ever get home?
Well, I have an idea. You might not have noticed it, but there's a piece of carpet there on the ground. That, my friend, is actually a magic carpet, which will transport you through the door in half a second so that the door would never have time to squash you.
A magic carpet? Amazing! What do I do?
Just sit on it and tell it where you want it to go. Up, down, left, right, that sort of thing.
Up, carpet! Up, carpet, fly! Come on, carpet, up! Why isn't it working?
You've got to upside down. Try telling it to go down.
Oops, okay then. Down, carpet! Up a bit. Wait, no, I mean down a bit. Left a bit, and a bit more. Okay, Genie, now what do I do?
Fly up to the cave near the door, and when I say go, fly as fast as you can through the doorway. Don't wait or hesitate, though, or you'll be squashed.
Alright, carpet, fly up to the door. No, I mean down to the door.
And so Aladdin No, and so the carpet flew up into the air with Aladdin trying desperately not to fall off. When they got near the doorway, Aladdin waited as the genie told him. Suddenly, there was a great cracking noise, and Aladdin saw a faint strip of moonlight as the genie's voice cried, "Go." Aladdin and the carpet flew through the crack in the cave door just in time, and it slammed behind them, narrowly missing the edge of the carpet.
Aladdin thanked the genie and set off back towards his home, watching the mountains fall away beneath him. Eventually, twinkling lights below indicated that they were reaching the city. Aladdin flew the carpet all the way down to his house and rolled it up. Then he ran into the house to see his mother.
Mother, I'm home.
You were gone for such a long time. I thought you'd run away. So naughty to make me worry. Let me have a look at you. How did you get so dirty? You're covered in grime. Where's your uncle? Did he give you any money?
Mother, he wasn't my uncle at all. He was an evil magician.
Oh, don't talk like that. It makes my knees ache.
It's true, he made me go into the magic cave and there was treasure, but I couldn't take any. Then he locked the door so I couldn't get out.
What a load of rubbish. It makes my back itch. Will you scratch it? Thank you. How did you get out?
Well, the magician who said he was my uncle sent me into the cave to get the lamp for him. So I picked it up, and when he shut the door, I accidentally rubbed it, and the genie picked it up from nowhere. He opened the door for me and told me how to use the magic carpet to get out. Then I flew home on the carpet.
What will you say next? Genies, flying carpets, magical lamps? What a ridiculous story. Are you suffering from sunstroke? I think being out walking all day has cooked your mind. Now, listen, I imagine you'll be wanting some food.
Sure, Mother, this is a magical lamp. I promise. Here, I'll show you.
That is a very ugly old lamp, but a good idea. Perhaps if you shine it up, we can sell it for a few pennies and buy something for supper. That's it, start polishing. Really though, I've never heard such a silly story, with secret caves and flying carpets and genies and such like. Everybody knows they don't really exist.
Oh,
Hello,
Who on earth are you?
I'm the genie of the lamp. God shines, but the hand rusts. Streets fall until they freeze, and all green things wither. Tell me what your heart desires, and it shall come to pass.
I don't believe it. I feel weak at the knees.
Mother, it's alright. He's a real genie. If we tell him our wishes, he'll make them come true.
I don't believe it.
I'm the servant of whomever holds the lamp.
Genie, it's me, Aladdin again. We are hungry. Please bring us some food.
But of course,
And what food? Happy
wow.
meals? Happy meals, onion rings. It's like a dream come true.
Now, Genie, bring us enough money so my mother can stop working and we'll never be hungry again.
certainly, master. Is my master content?
One more thing, Genie.
Ask and it shall be yours.
Take away my mother's aches and pains, her sore fingers, and her itchy back.
Certainly, master.
Oh, Aladdin, I feel better already.
Thank you, Genie.
Aladdin and his mother enjoyed a very nice meal that evening and slept very well on the brand new bed that the genie had conjured for them. Aladdin's mother said she hadn't slept so well in years since all her aches and pains were gone now.
Meanwhile, on the other side of town, the Sultan had a busy day. He was the ruler of Baghdad and had spent the whole day making new laws, opening leisure centers, and eating potatoes. He loved potatoes. Finally, he got 5 minutes of peace and quiet and thought he'd just sit down on his throne to rest.
Unfortunately for him, his wife, the Sultana, had other plans.
Now, dear, we really need to do something about Budur. Budur, dear, the princess, your daughter.
Why? What's wrong with her?
She's growing up.
What's wrong with that?
It's about time for her to get married. Otherwise, she'll be too old and we won't be able to find anyone suitable for her.
Oh, of course. We should start looking immediately.
She needs to be married. Soon.
Who's getting married?
You are, my dear. Such a happy day it will be.
What? Me? I don't want to get married yet.
I don't care. As a princess, you have to get married.
But I don't know anyone I want to marry.
That doesn't matter. We'll find you someone.
As a matter of fact, I've got someone in mind.
I'm too young to get married.
Shh, listen to your mother. Who are you thinking of, dear?
Well, it has to be someone important.
Someone rich.
I don't want to get married.
Someone who has the high status necessary to marry a princess.
I don't want to get married.
But not someone more important than me, of course.
Are you even listening?
Of course, I was thinking about your new Grand Vizier.
What?
What a good idea. He's not married.
Are you kidding?
Well, no, not after his wife died.
The Grand Vizier, you know he's like 70.
Perfect. I'll call him in and we can tell him. Grand Vizier.
I'm not marrying him.
Be quiet and do what you're told.
You called your majestic opulence.
Yes, Vizier, I did. We have some good news for you.
It will not have noticed you. It would not have escaped your notice that our little Bador is growing up.
No, I had noticed. She's so beautiful.
Well, I'm very glad you think so.
We would like you to marry her.
No!
Be quiet.
Me, I am not worthy of such a beautiful, charming young lady.
That's very sweet of you, but we have chosen you for her.
Don't I get any saying this?
No.
That's not fair. I'm not marrying him. You can't make me.
Well, actually, we can.
And we will. Vizier, please start drawing up plans for the wedding.
Make sure there are potatoes served. I like potatoes.
Yes, your majesties. Thank you very much.
Poor Princess Bador. Her father and mother were determined to make her marry the Grand Vizier, even though he was old enough to be our grandfather. It wasn't that she didn't want to get married ever, but she wanted to find someone she liked first, and definitely someone closer to her age.
Back at Aladdin's house, Aladdin's mother had given up selling rugs. Now that they had the money from the genie, she did not need to work anymore, and they could buy lots of food to eat. It also fixed the holes in the windows of their heart, and he bought her new expensive new furniture and jewelry.
Even though he had so much money, however, Aladdin still liked to go outside and play in the streets with his friends, or just wander around the market. One day, he was walking through the marketplace when he heard someone shouting loudly, and he hurried to find out what was going on.
Fruit for sale, fresh figs, ripe plums, go through here.
Lovely fresh breads and pastries, fresh this morning, flatbread, sweet pastries, get them all here.
Good morning, Mr. Ali. Good morning, Miss Shirhan.
Good morning, Aladdin.
Morning. Any food for you today?
Not right now, but I'll be sure to come back and get some of your best grapes for lunch.
It's amazing. You've got all this money suddenly. I guess having a rich uncle helps.
Yeah, something like that.
Out of the way, out of the way. Move aside, please. Thank you. Hey, mind out. You'll push my stall over. Well, then do as I say. Get out of the way.
There's no need to push.
Quiet, peasants. Clear the way for the Princess Bador, sole daughter of His Grace the Sultan of Baghdad, and most importantly, my bride-to-be.
You're marrying her. Isn't she still a teenager?
You're old enough to be her grandfather. I know. I'm very fortunate to have been chosen. Now, peasants, move out of the way. Go on, move. Further. All right.
We're going.
That's it. Further back. And stay there. Peasants.
The Princess Bador, she's said to be the cleverest woman in Arabia and the most beautiful, though nobody has even seen her face. How I would like to meet her. I'll hide and watch the procession.
Hey, are you Aladdin?
Princess Bador!
Shh! Nobody must see me. My father keeps me locked up all day, and I'm not allowed to speak to anyone except him and my mother.
He keeps you locked up. I was locked up once. How did you get away?
I saw you from my carriage in the procession, and I wanted to meet you, so I sneaked out when the vizier wasn't looking. I can't stay much longer, or they find out I'm not there.
Please, stay!
I want to, Aladdin. I hate my father so much. He is as fat as as a tomato, and his voice sounds like a rusty motor. My mother is as sour as a shrivel up lemon. I wish I could run away. Run,
Run away then. You can live at my house. We'll play games and go swimming and eat white sugar all day.
I can't, Aladdin. My mother and father want me to marry the Grand Vizier.
Don't you want to marry him?
No, of course not. He's much older than me and so mean.
Princess, princess, where are you?
Oh, I must go. Goodbye, Aladdin.
When will I see you again?
Don't know. Farewell.
Aladdin, that was dangerous. You could have been arrested.
You should have come with us.
But did you see? Princess Bajor was here.
What?
I got to meet her, and now I think I'm in love with her.
Well, there's no point falling in love with her. You'll never see her again.
I know, that's the worst bit.
What's the worst bit? Oh, Aladdin, don't sit on the ground. You'll ruin your clothes. Look at you.
I can't help it, Mother. I met a girl.
Well, that's a good reason to sit in the mud.
You don't understand. I think I'm in love with her.
Who is she? And why are you so unhappy?
She's the Sultan's daughter, the princess. I met her here in the market and she's so unhappy. The Sultan keeps her locked up and is going to make her marry the Grand Vizier, even though she doesn't want to, and now I'll never see her again.
Well, now, that's a shame. You can't have her being unhappy like this, and you sitting in the mud whining. Leave it to me. I'll sort things out.
Mother, what are you going to do? Uh-oh.
She looked pretty serious. I wonder what she's going to do.
Maybe she's going to go up to the palace and tell off the Sultan.
Haha, as if she'd do that.
Well, I hope not.
Poor Aladdin. Even though he now had so much money, he knew he was still a nobody compared to the Sultan. He wasn't nearly rich enough to ask to marry Bador.
Meanwhile, the Sultan had another busy day in the palace. He was always busy these days, but he was finding his work more and more boring. You see, he was so rich that he had already bought everything he wanted. The only thing that interested him were eating more potatoes and acquiring more jewels and gold to add to his collection.
I'm so bored.
No, 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 your majestic opulence. You're not bored, you're just a little hungry.
Still so bored.
Would his royal opulence care for another potato?
I'm even bored of potatoes.
No, no, your royal opulence. You love potatoes. You're famous for it. I've even made sure they will be served at my wedding to Bador, especially for you.
That's very kind of you.
Ah, there you are, Mr. Sultan. I've been looking everywhere for you. Do you know, your palace is so big that it's really very easy to get lost.
My dear woman, do you know where you are? Do you realize that you're in the presence of His Most Perturbian Opulence, the Grand Sultan of Baghdad?
Let me pass, Mr. Vizier. It's him I came to see.
I really don't think there's any way I can permit you to.
What a day. I just sent away this ridiculous woman wandering around the palace trying to find you. Obviously, I told her to leave. So ties from.
Oh. Hello, Your Grace.
I told you to leave.
Let her approach.
What? After I sent her away?
Thank you, Mr. Sultan. I'll be very straightforward. My son is in love with your daughter.
What?
Your son
A nobody.
loves my daughter.
The princess? Bador? Well, that's just absurd. Now leave, you silly woman.
Who is your son?
He is Aladdin, son of Mustafa the tailor.
A tailor's son.
I've never heard of Aladdin the tailor's son, and neither have you, your royal opulence.
I've never heard of him.
Well, of course, a tailor's son. How on earth could he expect to marry the princess?
Nevertheless, he is a great man and lives in a magnificent palace very near here.
There is no palace in Baghdad except this one.
There's no palace in Baghdad except mine.
There is a great palace about 100 yards away from here, and it belongs to Aladdin.
No, there isn't.
And where is this magnificent palace then?
Just look out the window, Mr. Vizier.
Where did that come from?
Let me see. Well,
That is indeed a splendid palace.
By your majesty, you're not seriously considering letting this woman's son marry Bador. You promised her to me.
no, of course not. The idea is ridiculous. This woman is ridiculous. This whole day has become ridiculous.
No. I have indeed promised my daughter's hand in marriage to my closest advisor, the vizier.
Thank you.
Thank goodness for that. Now, you please leave, you silly woman.
Not yet. First, I'd like to present a small gift from my son, Aladdin. Mr. Sultan?
Ah, golden jewels. I see. May I have a look? Ooh, they're very nice. What a huge ruby. Ah,
Your majesty, you're saying.
There, send her away. I'm sure the jewels are lovely, but we don't need them. We have plenty.
actually, now I think about it, perhaps it wouldn't be so bad if your son married my daughter.
What? Are you ill?
Forgive me, your majesty, but you promised the princess to me.
What are you saying?
My lord, are you listening?
What lovely diamonds. May I borrow them overnight?
They are a gift from Aladdin, my lord.
Hold the wedding whenever you like.
Ridiculous.
Your majesty, you promised.
I am Sultan. My decisions are final. I declare that my daughter will marry the man who has sent me these wonderful jewels for my collection.
And so the wedding was arranged for the very next week, to the joy of both Aladdin and the princess. It was a huge event, as most of the people in the city were invited. The palace's table was grown with wonderful food, glasses and bottles overflowed with delicious drinks, and everyone stayed to dance afterwards until the sun rose.
After the party was over, Aladdin and his new wife moved into the palace that the genie had conjured for them in the middle of the city. They were very happy together, and the princess was especially happy to be free from her parents' demands. They often walked around the marketplace together, enjoying the sun and trying all different foods.
Oh, it's so nice to be free. My father used to keep me locked in a cupboard, but now I can go wherever I want to.
Oh, princess, we're going to be so happy together. Just tell me what you want, and you shall have it. Silk, spices, diamonds, pearls, a pet monkey.
What about some fruit? A pomegranate for the princess?
Or a sweet pastry treat.
Actually, I'll just like a drink of water.
I'll be right back.
There she is. There she is.
Shh, act casual. New lamps for old. New lamps for old. Won't anyone trade an old lamp for a new one? Just give us your old lamps and get brand new ones in return. What kind of business model is that? How about you, my lady? Do you have any old lamps you'd like to trade for a new one?
What a silly old lamp seller. Does he really want to trade his shiny new lamps for nasty old ones?
Give me your old lamps and you'll have brand new ones in return. For a limited time only. Act now.
get yours at an extraordinary discounted price.
So, I'll give you an old one, and you give me a brand new one in return. That sounds too good to be true.
How do you make any money giving away brand new lamps?
Never you mind.
Well, actually, I do have an old one somewhere in the palace. I'll just go fetch it.
I can't believe it. It worked. I just hope she's gone to get the lamp we're looking for. It's a good thing she's so gullible.
Hey, don't I recognize you two? Weren't you here a few months ago?
Us? No? We are but wandering salesmen, doing good in the world by trading new lamps for old.
Here you. Here you are. Here's an old lamp.
Don't trust them.
Well, thank you very much, my dear. If you'll just hold it up so I can have a look. Ah! Yes!
Hello, master. What may I do for you?
I order you to carry off the palace of Aladdin with the princess Akil and me inside, and set it down in a deserted spot in the mountains where no one will find us.
No.
Ha ha!
But of course, master.
You're not in that bit. Give me.
Oh my gosh.
What just happened?
I have no idea.
Look, the palace, it's gone.
Oh my gosh, the palace is gone.
And the people, the princess, the genie,
The magician, Akil.
all gone also.
Oh my gosh.
And look who's coming.
Oh my gosh, this is about to get interesting.
Where did it go? What have you done with my daughter?
I don't know. I didn't make this happen. I didn't know where they might have gone.
It was the lamp seller. He was some sort of magician.
Trading new lamps for old. I didn't trust them at all.
A magician?
Yes, he did some sort of spell with the lamp, and then suddenly he and his little sidekick and the princess and the palace all disappeared.
It was so scary.
So you've let our daughter be stolen by a wizard. I told you this Aladdin thing was a bad idea.
I wouldn't have let her be stolen by magic, Your Majesty.
I should have you executed for this.
Please, Your Honor, spare my life. Give me 1 month to find the princess and bring her back safely to you.
Well, all right, 1 month.
But if you have not found her safely by the end of the month, then you shall be executed.
And then I can find her and marry her.
You'd better bring her back soon. We'll be waiting.
What am I going to do now?
Do you know where she might be?
No idea. She could be anywhere.
Could you just get some more money and pay people to look for her?
No, I got my money and the palace from the genie, but you need the lamp to summon him, and the lamp has gone too.
The lamp? And a genie?
Well, now it makes sense. That lamp seller must have known he had a magic lamp. That's why he wanted to trade old lamps for new.
And then when he got his hands on the lamp, that was the spell he did, summoning the genie.
Yes, exactly, but that doesn't help me now. And I've only got 1 month. I only got a month left to come up with a brand new way to find her.
Aladdin, Aladdin, hey, why are you so upset? Listen, I was just cleaning out our old house and found a smelly piece of carpet. Is it yours? Can I throw it away?
The carpet! I almost forgotten how so holding it. I can use it to search for the palace and my beautiful princess.
The carpet?
Why would he want a piece of carpet?
I really don't know. That boy is a little strange sometimes. Fancy wanting a smelly old piece of carpet like that. Aladdin, meanwhile, had run home and found the carpet in his old house. He unrolled it, sat down, and away he flew, up over the city. Aladdin couldn't see his palace anywhere, so he flew out over the countryside, looking everywhere for a sign of the magician, the princess, or the palace.
And so it went on for days. Aladdin and the carpet flew on over country after country until he no longer knew where he was. After a week had gone by, Aladdin had suddenly remembered that the magician had come from Africa. So he flew the carpet over the sea and over as much as Africa as he could cover. He looked and looked all day and all night, barely stopping to sleep.
At last, he had to admit defeat. He dreaded going back to Baghdad because he knew the Sultan would have him killed. But he wanted to see his mother again, and perhaps they could find somewhere in the city for him to hide, where he thought of new places to look for the princess. He flew slowly back, still scanning the mountains below, just in case his palace might be there. Suddenly, he saw a flash of light below.
So there is my palace. I recognize this place. This is where the cave was that the lamp was in. Thank you, carpet. But where is my princess?
Oh, Aladdin, I'm so glad to see you.
And I'm so glad to see you. How did you and the palace get here?
I think it might have been my fault. I heard a merchant who was offering new lamps in return for old ones. I gave him an old lamp I found in your palace. As soon as he touched it, this genie appeared, and then I found myself here with the merchant in the palace. He's such a horrible man. I hate living with him, and his little friend is awful too.
I think I know who that might have been. Does he keep on telling stories about Africa and the little ones really mean and sarcastic?
Yes, and the stories are so boring.
I'm sure those are the same two who pretended to be my uncle and cousin and locked me in the cave. He's an evil magician who'd do anything to get his hands on that lamp. He wants the power of the genie, and now he's got it. He won't let it go easily either. What are we going to do?
Oh, I'm sorry that I let him get the lamp. But listen, I have an idea of how to get back and how to get us home.
Well, I can fly us back on the carpet, but that doesn't help the palace. We've got to get the lamp back. What's your plan?
Can you fly back to the city, go to the market and buy some valerian roots? I'll make a sweet vine and I'll add some powder root to it. When the magician drinks it, it will knock him unconscious. Then we can steal the lamp and take the palace home.
Amazing. I never even heard of that stuff, but I'll go and ask for some.
And so Aladdin flew off again and brought some of the herb the princess had asked for at the market in the city. Then he flew back as fast as he could.
I've got it. I've got the herb.
Great. Now I'll just grind it with this rock and mix it in with some wine. Listen, you should hide. We don't want the magician coming out here and seeing you.
Good idea. That would really give the game away.
You hide behind that rock. I'll pretend to pick flowers and wait for the magician.
Now, Akil, stop whining. I've got bored sitting in my new palace all day, and I want to go for a walk. How am I going to convince this girl to fall in love with me?
I don't know.
She doesn't seem to like me that much at all.
Can't you just magic her?
I don't think I know how to do that.
Pretty rubbish at magic then, aren't you?
Akil, don't be rude.
Well, I'm bored. There isn't nothing to do here.
There is lots for you to do. Go and clean the floors if you're that bored.
All you do is sit around being bored all day, and all I get to do is cleaning. When are we gonna go and have some fun? Maybe trick someone.
When I've made the princess fall in love with me.
Oh, great. That'll be soon then.
Akil, if you're going to be annoying, go inside. Go on.
Fine.
Aha, there you are, my darling princess. I haven't seen you all day. You look so beautiful. And how nice that you're gathering flowers.
Oh, hello. Yes, I'm gathering flowers and I'm collecting their sweet nectar. It'll make such a refreshing drink for us.
How nice that you're being so friendly today. I was beginning to think you didn't like me.
I've made some of the nectar wine already. Won't you try some?
Why, most certainly, my dear. This is delicious. I'm so tired.
Hooray, the herb worked. He's fast asleep.
Hooray! Now, I never thought of that myself. Look, I found the lamp hidden amongst the rocks. Now, all I need to do is make things right with the genie.
What may I do for you, young master?
Well, first thing I'd like you to do is take this magician and his evil psychic far away and make sure they never bother us again.
Of course.
Oh. Oh, Genie. Oh, Genie. Thank you for getting rid of him. I'm so glad he won't be bothering us anymore. I can't wait to see my parents again.
Thank you, Genie. My last wish is for you to take us and my palace back to Baghdad so that I can show the Sultan that I have brought his daughter safely home before the month is up.
Yes. Now I don't have to marry the vizier. Oh, he's going to be so grumpy that he doesn't get to marry me.
We can live happily in my palace now. We'll keep the lamp safe, just in case we need it again. Let's go, Genie.
Hang on. Can the genie just take the palace? I would like to fly back on that carpet.
Great idea. Let's go.